water's potentially got the boat rocking, on top of the fact that you got some, heavies climbing up side of your boat. So your boat's rocking. You're trying to defend yourself. By the way, that's why the Wang Chun pole is so damn long. It's an oar for a boat, right? So anyway, and that's where this inverted stance comes in. Because if the boat's rocking, if you're standing upright and the boat's rocking, right? No. But if you're inverted, literally, that's what this is. And then give yourself a stand. If the boat's rocking back and forth and you're inverted, you're kind of able to deal with that rock, right? And then something else I want to say, somebody was really emphasizing dragging your foot, right? And don't get me wrong. I mean, I barely even know my Sulim Tao form. But this right here, okay, look, back in the day when you were lucky to afford a pair of them fancy cotton bottom shoes, you were not sliding your foot across the ground. Wasn't happening. Now, if it was happening, it could be because maybe there was snow on the ground or it was a wet deck, like on a boat, and you don't really want to lift your feet up because you're trying to maintain your footing. I could understand sliding your foot, but the way people drag their feet, you got to understand, you weren't practicing on some fancy, nice, rubber mats, some tatamis or something like that, You weren't wearing your Nikes or your combat boots. Sometimes you were lucky to have shoes. And if you had shoes, they were cotton bottom shoes. And, it's not like you could just go down to the cobbler, right? You had to take care of your stuff. And so dragging your feet, just keep in mind, some people, they overemphasize. And then that 70-30, I mean, look, there's a lot of guys where they'll out chi-sao me all day, right? But I will whoop them with one hand in real life, right? And they don't even want to talk about wrestling. That doesn't exist. Go to the ground. Ask, no disrespect, but ask a practitioner, well, what happens if I get you to the ground? And, if you're lucky, you'll get, whoa, just don't let that happen. They don't know what to do. It's, but I will say this much. If you got somebody in guard, whoop, and they're right here, you push them out, pull them out for pow, 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 pow. I mean, it does have some benefits. But again, you got to be able to know what to do when you hit the ground. Most people are like, they don't even know how to stand up without, running out of breath. So God bless.